So, I began the show talking about the concept of fresh starts and why New Year's is a good time for a fresh start, why research shows Mondays can even be a good time for a fresh start. As we're setting our goals and our listeners are setting goals for this year, can you give us some guidance about how to set those goals in a way that they are achievable so that we don't fall into that trap where we ditch them by February?
Yes. So, I think macro goals are really helpful with finance. Like I had said, one of my goals is, how I'd like to see my net worth grow. And so some of that has to do with the value of my real estate and the value of my investment portfolio. I don't have much control over those, although I do have control over the mortgage payments I make, which increases my net worth every time I make a payment.
Mhm.
And then I've got control over my savings and how much I'm putting into my investments. And so, and I have control over my spending. So I try to focus on, I have a goal of having, my debt stay at 20% or below of my monthly income and saving 25%. Because that's what's realistic, but a challenge for me to save 25% of my gross income. Now, eventually, maybe I'll stretch that, but I've come a long way from saving zero. And so you have to think, where are you now? What is your savings rate now? The national savings rates are really bad.
They're
And
really
as we
bad.
watch inflation go up, I was just looking at some charts of comparing the consumer price index with the amount of consumer credit and just in dollars. And they're like, they move exactly together. We're financing inflation with debt, and that's not going to work forever. So we have to find ways to live the lives we want to live possibly without spending as much money, definitely without spending more. If you're in a period of your life that you're trying to save and invest for the future, then if you're not saving at least 20%, the chances that you're going to reach real financial freedom are not that large.